my waking state, and then only I'll look back upon it and say, oh, that was just a dream. Depending on what kind of dream it was. If it was a nightmare, you say, oh, thank God, it was just a dream. But if it was a very nice dream where you won the lottery, you'd say, oh no, it was just a dream. But you see, after waking up, you say it's just a dream. In the waking state, you're no longer experiencing the dream. Now, if in this state you become enlightened, that's the question. How will you experience this state anymore? You must be in an enlightened state. Only then you can say this, what I saw earlier was false. Now I'm Brahman, Atman, whatever it is. No, that's not what it is. That's why examples are very helpful. Often the only way in non-dual philosophy where language fails. So examples, metaphors, similes are helpful, but they're also dangerous. They can mislead. The master who is using those examples to illumine us knows how to deploy those examples. He knows exactly what those examples are supposed to illustrate. But we don't. So we may take it in a completely different sense, what it was not meant to show. So here, what is this dream example meant to show and what does it not show? What it does not imply. What it is meant to show is, just as we come out of the dream into the waking, and then we realize the dream was an appearance, we experienced it, but that was not the reality. Compared to the dream, this is the reality. Oh, I did not go there. I'm sitting in my bed. I did not meet that person. I'm completely alone. I was sleeping in my bed. That's what we realize after waking up. So this much is meant to be illustrated. The moment we become that enlightenment, the breakthrough comes, we realize we are, and we always continue to be this pure, unlimited being awareness, this presence which is continuously shining. This is what we are. But what it is not meant to illustrate or demonstrate is that we shifted a state. We went from the sleeping state, the dream state, to the waking state. So now when we become enlightened, will we go out of the waking state into some enlightened state? Just as in the dream state, when we went to the waking state, whatever we were experiencing in the dream, as Swati writes, everything stopped. We are not experiencing those things anymore. And we can look back using memory and say that was a dream. Will that happen to us when we become enlightened? Doesn't seem to be so. Look at the lives of the enlightened ones. They seem to be exactly in the same state as we are. By that I mean, they see us. Do they go around saying, I can't see you, I'm enlightened? I can't hear you, I'm enlightened. Oh, enlightened master, this is my question. I can't hear you, I'm enlightened. I'm in a different state altogether. You belong to the earlier waking state. My reality is now the enlightened. Nothing of that sort ever happens. The enlightened one sees us, hears us, can recognize us, can interact with us, seems to be in full possession of his or her faculties and working through the body as before. So the change of state from dream to waking is not meant to be, it's not implied when you use the dream example. Enlightenment means waking up here and now. Waking from waking, let us call it. You are waking, but this is from an enlightened perspective, this is like a dream walking or daydreaming. You're snapping out of it and you come to a reality which is already there. And the state does not matter. You can fully function in the waking state. You can use this body, you can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, you can experience everybody all around, but you know what it is for the first time. That it is one reality appearing as many. Many bodies appearing, many individuals, personalities also appearing, a lot of interaction with the living and non-living, the material universe going on. Underneath it all, it is one consciousness or one being, and you are that one being. You are that oneness of this existence. Just as, here the dream example is useful. You look back upon your dream and you realize all the places you went to in your dream, all the people that you saw in the dream, all the things that happened in the dream, including the body which you were walking around in the dream with, all of them were products of your mind. The mind alone was appearing in all those ways. Similarly, you, the Atman, Brahman, whatever you are, whatever you call it, you are appearing as all this. And while appearing as all this, you can go on interacting. There won't be any problem at all. You can even use language just like everybody else. And once people begin to understand this, they start speaking funny. And I've got emails like this. I, the undivided one consciousness, which is the same as you, identified in this body, in this present life, in this body appearance, and given the name Mr. Mishra, I'm writing to you. Vedanta actually says, I know he's trying to be precise, but you can't talk, you can't interact with people in the way if you start talking like that. Vedanta says you can actually use ordinary language, just like everybody else. In Panchadashi text, there is this question of what does I refer to? When you say I, and he says there are three meanings. Two meanings which are used by enlightened beings, and one meaning which is the rest of us use. What is that one meaning which rest of us use? I, this person, that's it, this body mind. Here, it seems direct. Point to yourself. I, what does it mean? I. What are the two meanings in which the enlightened beings use it? First meaning, for the enlightened one, I means Brahman. I am Brahman, I am pure, unlimited consciousness. Being awareness. It's very clear to the enlightened person. What is the second sense of the I? This body mind. But it's different from the way we use it. We use it as a truth. It's a fact. Even unexamined fact. And even when I examine it through Vedanta, it still seems very real to me. This connection with the body. But for the enlightened one, it's not a fact, but it's a what you call a relative truth, a transactional truth. In order to deal with us, the enlightened one can speak just like I am sitting, talking, walking. Once in a while they slip up. Sri Ramakrishna would see. He would say, I need a glass of water. My arm is broken. He had suffered a fracture once. But he also sometimes says this. He refers to it as an object. He's not acting there. It's what really it feels like to that person. Just like this. This. Even thoughts. This. It's not so difficult to understand also. We can also do it a little bit. But you don't have to talk like that. Okay.